Hey everyone, Alexander here. Today we're diving deep into a concept that's been a total game changer for me, and I bet it could be for you too. We're talking about flow, that magical state where you're completely absorbed in what you're doing. Time seems to fly by and you're performing at your absolute best. Now, you might have heard of being in the zone or playing over your head. That's flow. But trust me, there's so much more to it than just feeling good while you're doing something. This concept is a key to unlocking not just peak performance, but a more fulfilling life overall. Let's start with where this idea came from. The man behind the flow concept is a Hungarian psychologist named Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. And yeah, I know that's a mouthful. I still can't pronounce it right. But what matters isn't his name. It's what he discovered about happiness and optimal experiences. Csikszentmihalyi was born in 1934 in Hungary, and he lived through some tough times during World War II. These experiences led him to question what makes life worth living, even in the face of adversity. He ended up immigrating to the United States and dedicating his life to studying what makes people truly happy. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Csikszentmihalyi found that happiness isn't just about pleasure. In fact, he makes a crucial distinction between pleasure and enjoyment. Pleasure, he says, comes from external sources, things like food, drugs, or sex. It's temporary, short-lived, and you can't sustain it for long. Enjoyment, on the other hand, comes from within. It's sustainable and leads to personal growth. And this is where flow comes in. Flow is a state of enjoyment so intense that nothing else seems to matter. But let's break it down further. What exactly happens when you're in a state of flow? First, you lose your sense of self. You're so focused on the task at hand that you forget about your own ego, your worries, your to-do list, everything outside of what you're doing right now. Second, time gets distorted. Hours can fly by like minutes, or a few seconds can feel like they're stretching out forever. Third, you get immediate feedback on your actions. You know instantly how well you're doing, which allows you to adjust your performance in real time. Now, here's the million-dollar question. How do we get into this flow state? Csikszentmihalyi identified three main components. 1, clear goals. You need to know exactly what you're trying to achieve. 2, immediate feedback. You need to be able to see your progress as you go. 3, a balance between challenge and skill. The task needs to be just hard enough to stretch you, but not so hard that it overwhelms you. So think about a time when you were completely absorbed in what you were doing. Maybe you were playing a sport, working on a challenging project, or even just having an incredibly engaging conversation. Chances are all three of these components were present. But here's where a lot of us go wrong in our daily lives. We either get bored because what we're doing is too easy, or we get anxious because it's too hard. The sweet spot for flow is right in the middle, where the challenge matches our skill level perfectly. Now, you might be thinking, Alex, this sounds great for athletes or artists, but what about the rest of us? And that's the beauty of it. Flow isn't just for a select few. It's for all of us in every area of our lives. Csikszentmihalyi found that people can experience flow in all kinds of activities, from playing chess to performing surgery, from rock climbing to parenting. The key is to find activities that challenge you at the right level and fully engage your skills and attention. But here's where it gets really powerful. Flow isn't just about individual activities. It's about how you approach your entire life. Csikszentmihalyi talks about creating meaning by integrating all your actions into a unified flow experience. What does that mean? It means finding a purpose that challenges you, going after it with everything you've got, and bringing harmony to your consciousness. When you do that, you're not just existing, you're truly living. Csikszentmihalyi says that when you achieve this state, you won't really lack anything else. Every moment makes sense, and most of it is enjoyable. That's the kind of life we're all after, right? But let's be real for a moment. Achieving this state of flow in your entire life isn't easy. It requires self-knowledge, courage, and persistence. You need to figure out what really matters to you, what you enjoy doing, and what you're willing to work hard for. Csikszentmihalyi suggests a process of alternating between action and reflection. You need to act to engage with the world and try different things. But you also need to reflect, to think about your experiences, learn from them, and adjust your course as needed. He also talks about the importance of developing complexity in your life. This means both differentiating yourself, developing your unique skills and traits, and integrating yourself with others and with larger ideas and values. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Alex, this all sounds great in theory, but real life isn't that simple. I've got bills to pay, responsibilities to handle, and not everything can be a flow experience. And you're absolutely right. Life is complex, and we can't always choose what we have to do, but that's exactly why understanding flow is so important. It gives us a framework for making the most of our experiences, even when they're challenging. Here's an example. Let's say you have a job that isn't particularly exciting. You can't just quit and go chase your dreams, at least not right away. But you can look for ways to introduce more flow into your work. Can you set clearer goals for yourself? Can you find ways to get more immediate feedback? Can you adjust your tasks to better match your skills? Even small changes in how you approach your work can make a big difference in your experience of it. And over time, these small changes can lead to bigger ones. But it's not just about work. Think about your relationships, your hobbies, even your daily chores. How can you bring more flow into these areas of your life? Here's another powerful idea from Csikszentmihalyi. He says that if you choose your goals well and have the courage to stick with them despite opposition, you'll be so focused on what you're doing that you won't have time to be unhappy. Think about that for a second. It's not that you'll never face challenges or difficulties, but when you are fully engaged in pursuing meaningful goals, those difficulties become part of the journey rather than obstacles to happiness. So here's my challenge to you. Take some time to really think about what matters to you. What are you willing to dedicate yourself to? What brings you into that flow state? And how can you bring more of that into your life? Start small. Maybe it's setting aside an hour each day for a flow activity. Maybe it's reframing how you think about your work or your relationships. Whatever it is, start somewhere and build from there. Remember, it's not about being in flow all the time. That's not realistic or even desirable. It's about creating a life where flow experiences are a regular part of your day, where you are consistently challenging yourself and growing. And here's the beautiful thing. As you do this, you're not just improving your own life, you're also contributing more to the world around you. Because when you are operating at your best, you're able to give your best to others. So there you have it, a deep dive into the concept of flow and how it can transform your life. It's not a quick fix or a magic solution, but it is a powerful tool for creating a more engaging, fulfilling, and meaningful life. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Have you experienced flow in your life? What brings you into that state? And how might you use these ideas to create more flow experiences? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, give it a like and share it with someone who could use it. And hey, if you want to dive even deeper into this stuff, check out Csikszentmihalyi's book, Flow, The Psychology of Optimal Experience. It's a game changer. Until next time, keep pushing, keep growing, and keep flowing. Peace out.